Take bear with you. We have a couple more minutes to let some people come on into class. Make sure that you can share my screen. Make sure that you queue up a playlist. Again, you'll need weights and a mini band if you have them. If you don't, I will, of course, be providing options. For those of you that haven't taken my class before, virtually that is, I treat it exactly as if we were in the studio, the best I can. So I do some of the blocks with you, but primarily my main focus is providing a service to you. So I'm going to be spying on you, making sure that you guys are doing form correctly, offering challenges, options, etc. So definitely feel free to share your screen. You can also pin me, and that will be the only one you see, so you don't have to see the other people in class. I'll also be spotlighting myself during the demo so that I'm basically taking control of your screen and forcing you to only see me. Okay, so we have a good class tonight. It's the, quote, greatest hits. So some of you, if you took class last week, may or may not recognize some of the blocks in tonight's workout. I love when they do that because you're repeating something and you can try to repeat it with a goal of being better than last time. So we'll give people another 60 to 90 seconds and then we'll get started with our dynamic warm-up. It is a 5-minute warm-up tonight. And then we have an upper body and shoulder block. We have a lower body block and we have 2 short cardio bursts, okay? All right, 1 minute till go time. All right, guys, it is 5 on the dot. So if anybody hops in late, they'll be able to figure it out. Right now, I am going to unscreen share my screen. I'm going to spotlight myself. So if you're not already, I should be the only person that you see. And I'm going to walk you through our warm-up. So just like class, I'm going to point you through the warm-up. You do not need to begin or start anything yet. I'll demo each warm-up exercise, and then we will start the clock and get going together. All right, you'll see me with my iPad. I use this for timing. I want to make sure that I am on top of things. All right, so we've got a 5-minute warm-up tonight, guys. Again, eyes on me for the demo. We've got a cat-cow. So shoulders right over your wrists, so you might feel a little top heavy. Hips right over your knees. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to inhale, bring that upper back up. Exhale, lift your head and neck and your hips, all right? You'll take this as slow and controlled as you need. Every aspect of our warm-up tonight is timed, so depending on how loud your music is, make sure you can hear me so you know when to switch. After that, we've got to thread the needle. So we're still in that tabletop position. I'm going to reach one arm up, really open my chest, push your boundaries here a little, and then twist under, and if possible, bring your shoulder to the ground. Otherwise, take it to your range of motion. All right, we'll do 30 seconds on each side. Then we've got a high plank to a downward dog. So again, shoulders over your wrists. You're a little top heavy. You're in that high plank, abs are tight, squeeze your glutes as well. Push back into that down dog. Okay, an option would be to come into that knee plank, up into that high plank, push down into that down dog. This is just our warm-up, so while we want to get warm, we shouldn't be too fatigued yet. All right, then we've got everyone's favorite plank walkout. So standing at the back of your mat, hinge at your hips like you're doing a deadlift. Walk those hands all the way out into that high plank. Hold it, squeeze for a second, lift with your hips like down dog, all the way back up to standing, okay? Then, last 2 warm-up exercises, a 5-point squat. So like you're a little wider than your hip width, toes pointed out. I squat down, I lift up, up, up all the way, okay? And then finally, we'll finish with some power skips to get that heart rate up nice and high. All right, right now, let's cue up your music. Again, everyone's listening to those tunes at home. So if you haven't already, cue that up. We are going to begin with 30 seconds of that cat-cow. Again, listen to my cue so you know when to change exercises. We get to work in 3, 2, 1. Cat-cow right here, guys, 30 seconds. Really opening up your chest. Working that spine. This, the slower, the better. In just under 15 seconds, we're going to switch to thread that needle. So you'll come back to that stationary tabletop on my cue in 3, in 2, in 1. Reach one arm up, twist, and lower to the ground. It does not matter what arm you're using. I happen to be using my left right now. Doesn't matter. Just make sure you know if you're using your left or your right. Because we'll switch halfway through. Breathe. When you come up, really see if you can twist open your hips, open that shoulder, reach with a nice straight arm, and on the way down, bringing that shoulder to the ground. In a couple of seconds, we're going to switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, opposite hand reaches, and down to the floor with that shoulder if you're able. You will probably notice you have more shoulder and hip mobility on one side than the other. Whatever side feels a little tighter, hold it on both positions a little longer. Really work that range of motion. In under 15 seconds, we're going into that high plank to downward dog. High plank to downward dog. In 3, 2, 1. Right here, high plank, shoulders over wrists. Push back to that down dog. Now, depending on how your weekend was, depending on how your day was, by all means, hang out in that down dog a little longer. Maybe you pedal out your heels, push those hips higher, extend those shoulders. Otherwise, you move through this at your own pace. But I recommend taking enough time to pause and really squeeze and engage your glutes and your abs in that plank position. And breathe. After this, we have those plank walkouts. We'll start at the back of our mat, crawling forward into that high plank. Good, keep breathing. Just about 10 seconds until we switch. Keep doing that high plank to pike, keep working. We're gonna change it up to that plank walkout in 3, 2, 1. Right here at the back of your mat. Hips down, try to keep your legs straight. You should feel a nice hamstring stretch all the way out into that high plank. Lead with your hips all the way up to standing and breathe. Good. Guys, this is just a warm-up, so I don't want you pushing yourself too much, but I also don't want you finding this is completely easy. So a challenge option, if you want it, is to add a push-up at the bottom when you're in that high plank position. Okay, totally an option, but if you're looking for something a little extra tonight, maybe yesterday was a rest day, maybe you're really well fueled, by all means do it. You have 30 seconds left here of that plank walkout. Keep it up. Really lengthening those hamstrings, holding that plank. In about 15 seconds, we're going to switch to that 5-point squat. Keep doing these plank walkouts. Again, always listen to my voice for cues. Don't watch my body for cues. In 3, 2, 1, right here, 5-point star, wide squat. Squat down, reach, reach, stand. Squeeze your glutes to the top. Good. This is a lot of shoulder mobility too. Alternate what arm reaches first. Bring those shoulders back behind your ears. Excellent. And breathe. Exhale up. Inhale down. Try to keep a nice, straight, strong arm. If anyone has any shoulder mobility issues, don't take your arms overhead. Come down. You can always reach, reach, stand instead. That's totally fine. Good. Keep it up. We got about 15 seconds here before we move on to those skips. Good. Now, if anyone is not jumping tonight, I want you to just do high marching steps in place. Otherwise, you've got power skips, 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, power skips right here. Again, option is just a march. Stay moving. You have 30 seconds left. I'm just queuing up the next block. Good. Almost there. Final 10. Enjoying this warm-up while we can. We relax in 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, guys. We are going in to our next block here. All right. 8-minute block. This is our first strength block. If you have a mini band, you're going to want to grab your mini band now. I do recommend a lighter band. So if you're using studio bands, green or orange, if you have your own set from Amazon or whatever, I do just recommend the lighter band because we're working your shoulders and your chest and your back, which are smaller muscle groups. If you don't have a band, I will show you an alternative. Okay, so again, just as if we were in class, I want you to follow and watch me first, and then we'll begin together. So first, we've got a 4-point glide. So mini band is going to be around your wrists, eyes on me. I'm in that tabletop position, just like in my warm-up. My hips are right over my knees, right? All right, and my hands are right under my shoulders. Tabletop position. 4-point glide. I'm going to squeeze my abs. I'm going to, if you have a mat, use it. Out and in with my wrists against about that mini band. 8 per side. Nice straight arm shoulder mobility. Now, if you want a challenge tonight, ladies and gentlemen, eyes on me for your challenge, you're going to take that to your high plank. Open and close with those hands without your hips wiggling or your butt going up to the sky. Okay? Then we've got an uppercut. Oh, if you don't have a mini band, guys, I want you to take it to either of those options. Still, just put your hands in and out. The goal is no wiggling. You're perfectly stable, okay? Up next, an uppercut. This is for your back. Imagine you're pulling a mini band down. So shoulders down and back, pinch them together, all right? Open width about your hips, right above your forehead, right below your nose. Slow and controlled all the while. I am pinching my upper back. All right, if you don't have a mini band, use light weights, use 2 soup cans, something like that. You want to imagine your back is duct taped the entire time. Then we've got a front raise, okay? Same thing. Shoulders down and back, pinch them together, slight bend in your knees, abs and butt are tight. Open, hip width distance. You come straight up to parallel, straight down. Constantly pressing against the band, never letting it come forward. If you do not have a mini band, 2 sets of weights, straight up, straight down like so for your front raise. And then finally, a hip hinge, low row to a bicep curl. So again, the mini band does not control us, we control it. We open, all right? I'm gonna hinge like I'm doing a deadlift. I row, I open, I curl, okay? I row, I open, I curl. You might need different mini bands. If you don't have mini bands for that, same thing. Light set of weights, you want a light set here. Row, open, hammer curl. Okay, at any point tonight, guys, you can use the chat feature and I will check on you. For the beginning of our block here, what I'm gonna do is share my screen so that you have a point of reference. I know that it's a lot to remember all these exercises. That will also give me an opportunity to spy on your form during the first round. And once I feel confident that everyone looks good, I will hop in with you. All right, so cue that music, turn it on up, and I will get that going. All right, guys, this is an 8-minute block. Your goal is 2 rounds if you're able, 2 rounds if you're able. All righty, let's see, get this to a good, there we go. All right, guys, 8 minutes on the clock. Grab that mini band or those weights. We get to it in 3, 2, 1, begin. All right, so 8 reps of everything, but with that 4-point glide, it's 8 reps each. Now remember, your goal with the 4-point glide, do a quick little check. If you're in tabletop, your shoulder is right over your wrist, your hips are right over your knees. If you're taking that challenge option and you're in a high plank, same thing, shoulders right over those wrists, abs are super, super tight here. And you breathe. This is slow and controlled. Good. All right, with that uppercut, again, making sure your shoulders are down and back and locked in, even as I move. Nothing is wiggling. Good, excellent. Zoe, don't bring your elbows down quite as low. Stop at table height. So up above your shoulders, yep, and then stop right there. Good, perfect. Good, good, good. Emily, that looks awesome. Good. When you get to that front raise, guys, I want you to imagine you're a Barbie doll. There's no bend in that elbow, so shoulders down and back, slight bend in your knees, abs and glutes are tight. If I were to come up and punch you or bump into you, you're not going to fall because you're so stable. So shoulders down and back, abs tight, and then reach with those arms up and down. Straight arms, don't let that mini band knock you around. I highly recommend taking time to kind of wiggle it out, stretch it out before moving on to each new exercise. Good. Abs tight, guys. Excellent. Katie, nice job with those weights. Make sure we are going slow and controlled like you're moving through quicksand. So I don't want you guys whipping around. Take breaks if you need to. Excellent. Good. Don't let those wrists come close. You're in control. Good. Audrey, both of you look awesome. Then you're right back to the top. Now, here's the deal. After you finish one round, that's where you have to be a little bit tough on yourself, right? So the first question I need you to ask is, was any of that too hard? If it was, you either need to change your mini band or tune in on that form better, right? Take breaks, be patient. If you're not feeling challenged, then you need to adjust. You need to get a heavier mini band, or you need to take that 4-point glide up into a high plank instead, right? But let's make adjustments where we can. You're going through this again as many rounds as you can get in this 8 minutes. Excellent. Breathing. Nice. Emily taking that challenge option and with a mini band too. Red mini band, high plank, looking good. Abs tight, guys. Woo! Good, Katie. Nice too. Nice high plank. Beautiful here. I want you to imagine you have a cocktail on that low back. Excellent. All right, you got 5 minutes left in this block. You've all now made it through one round. If you're feeling confident, if you're feeling strong, now would be the time where you turn your music up, you kind of tune me and the rest of the class out, and you just get after it. Don't worry, I will yell, I will text, I will do what I need to do to make sure you know when this block is over and when it's time to move on. But let's make sure the final 4 minutes here is the best 4 minutes that you got. Keep going. Good. Slow and controlled. Good, Katie. Stop those elbows a little higher. Yep. Right there and then right there. Perfect. Really small. Tighten your upper back. Good. Slight bend in those knees, guys, especially with that uppercut, because what I don't want to see is as you go up with that mini band, I don't want to see you arching with that low back. So tuck your hips a bit. That's why we bend our knees and squeeze our butt, is to help our posture and our spine and make sure we're not putting too much pressure on that low back or on muscles that want to help when they shouldn't. So slight bend, abs and glutes tight, everything is engaged. And that ensures that we're going to stay parallel. We are going to stay safe. Excellent. I see lots of you doing this dance move, which means you're doing it right. Keep it up. Good. Katie, perfect form. Beautiful, guys, especially those of you using your weights instead for that row to hammer curl. That's tricky. Excellent job. Good, we got 3 minutes left. Keep working through it. I think most of you know what you're doing, so I'm gonna stop that screen share now. Excellent. Keep on working, I'm here with you. 4-point glides, uppercuts, front raises, and that hip hinge row to bicep curl. Again, if you feel like you know what you're doing, blast that music, tune us out, get it done. This is your home, your studio, your workout. Good, nice solid foundation, shoulders back, abs tight. Good, mini bands are small. Small movements, big results if you do them right. There we go, there's the dance. Just about 90 seconds, guys. The second you think that form's going, you take a break. You don't finish it because you don't want to take a break. You rest and you make sure each rep is perfection or as close to as it can be tonight. It's not a race. We're not on a treadmill right now. You got just under a minute, guys, to work. Keep working here. Do not stop yet. I'm just queuing up that next block. Just under a minute to work, following through with these exercises. You're doing awesome. Good, under 30 seconds, guys. Choose one exercise, just keep doing it to the finish. You know you'll get a break when I demo, so now is not the time. How are those shoulders feeling? There we go. Under 10. All right, guys, taking a breather in 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, guys, grab water, turn your music down to make sure you can hear me well enough if you haven't already. Our next block before our strength block to come is going to be our little cardio burst block. All right, 4 minutes of cardio burst. This is where we want that heart rate rising. This is where we earn the splat points, okay? We're doing cardio and core. So that cardio move, you want to really, really push it. That core move is where your heart rate will lower a little bit. All right, we're doing 4 minutes of work, 4 rounds total of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Okay, here are the exercises. Eyes on me first. We've got an iso squat jack and a seated knee tuck. So legs are hip width apart. We're down in that squat, abs are tight, belly button in. We jump in and out without rising our hips, so we're low. I'm going to show it from you on this side, all right? In and out, staying low. Now, if that's too much tonight, by all means, add in that jump, make it a full squat jack rather than an iso squat jack. Or if you're not jumping tonight, I want you to give me a regular squat instead. That is completely fine. All right? Your next exercise in the pair is going to be a seated knee tuck. So flex your feet, fingers face your toes. All right, palms on the mat. Extend, crunch in. An option to make this harder, hands elevated out by your side. That'll make it a little trickier for you guys if that's what you're looking for tonight, okay? Again, we are gonna have 4 rounds total here. Let me cue everything up for you. Grab water, cue up that music if you haven't yet. Now, you want to push it as aggressively as you can when you're doing the squat jacks, and then the knee tucks, that's your kind of active recovery if you need it, all right? We are going to get to it in just a minute here. All right, guys, turn up those tunes, get everything going. We are going to move into that iso squat jack. Now, I want you trying to count your reps here because we're going to see if we can get better every single round. Everyone assume your position. Get down into that squat. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Action right here. Push face, guys. You're in that low squat, jumping your feet in and out. Now, I want you all to imagine you have really nasty downstairs neighbors. We are quiet, light on our feet, abs tight. Make sure you're not just down in like a plie. Your hips are actually back like you're sitting in a chair. Belly button in to support your low back. We rest in 3, 2, 1, rest. Shake it out. Get down to the ground for that seated knee tuck. It's not a lot of rest time. Remember those options. We go in 3, 2, 1. Seated knee tuck right here, guys. Excellent. Good, good, good. Breathe. Remember those options. Hands can be elevated to make it a little trickier. Hands can be rested on the ground to make it easier. All right, make sure that low back stays nice and secure. We're gonna rest in 3, 2, 1, rest. Round 1 done. Jump on up for those iso squat jacks, guys. Now here's the deal. If you counted in round 1, I want you to count again in round 2. Let's see if we can get more reps here. In 3, 2, 1, action. Let's go. Those iso squat jacks. Remember, option to do a regular squat jack or a regular squat if that is better for your body tonight. That is absolutely fine. Good, light on your feet. We rest in 3, 2, 1, rest. Beautiful work, guys. Shake it out down to that ground. I want you to flex your feet with all your might here in 3, 2, 1, seated knee tuck right here. Flex your feet as you extend down in the downward position. I want you to imagine you're kicking the wall in front of you. As you crunch up, I want you to imagine you're bringing your knee to your nose. Full extension, full compression. We rest again on my cue in 3, 2, 1, rest. All right, guys, we're halfway through. We've done this twice. We're going to do it 2 more times. Breathe. Again, can we make these iso squat jacks better? Can we hit the same number of reps? We go in 3, 2, 1, begin. Iso squat jacks right here, guys. Excellent. Nice and low, nice and controlled. Light on those feet. On my cue, we rest. 3, 2, 1, rest. Down to the mat for that knee chuck. I'm joining in with you guys now. Abs tight, light on your feet. Knee tucks up in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Knee tucks. You can pause at either end. If you pause at the bottom like so for 3 to 5 seconds, it's gonna be harder. It's basically doing a hollow rock or a reverse plank. Option, you can always do 1 leg at a time. Option, release those hands, right? Tons of options. We rest in 3, 2, 1, rest. 1 more round here, guys. 1 more round. Here's an optional challenge. Optional challenge is to do each exercise for 30 seconds, no rest. Action, squat jacks, go, 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 go. Squat jacks, good. Optional challenge, since you have less than a minute left in the block, is when we go to that rest, you instead continue doing squat jacks. We'll do 30 seconds of each exercise rather than taking that 10-second break. This is your choice, your workout. If you want to rest, you're resting in 3, 2, 1, rest. Otherwise, keep going for another 10 seconds. In 10 seconds, we're dropping for that seated knee tuck. You got it, guys. Let's earn our recovery here. Earning our recovery. Seated knee tuck in 3, 2, 1, knee tuck. Drop to that ground. Fast and strong. Count them. Maybe you go a little faster, a little stronger. Maybe those legs are a little straighter. Again, same challenge option. If you want, you can rest in 10 seconds. Otherwise, keep going for a full 30 seconds of knee tucks. If you're resting, you're going to do so in 3, 2, 1. If you want that challenge option, keep doing those knee tucks. 7 seconds. We are going to get that breather in 3, in 2, in 1. Rest, breathe, grab that water, guys. Excellent, excellent job. All right. Now, this next block is pretty much one of my favorite blocks. Some of you did it with me last week, which is going to be fun for you because you're going to know exactly what you did, what was challenging, how many reps you got, etc. So we can be a little bit better this week, which is always the goal, right? Okay, so again, just like a regular class, I am going to demo everything first. For this, you are going to need a set of weights if you have them. We've got mostly lower body exercises here. 10 reps of literally everything except for our crunch. So we've got an alternating reverse lunge to a lateral raise, a deadlift to an upright row, an alternating lunge to a curl, a neutral full thruster, and a crunch. So when I say your entire body is going to be hitting this block, I mean it. You might need varying sets of weights if you have them. All right, so eyes on me. Your first exercise is an alternating reverse lunge to a lateral raise. So I'm going to lunge behind me. When I'm at the bottom, I lateral raise, and then I stand. Okay, option, if that's too challenging, again, lunge, lateral raise, stand. You can always do the lunge first and then the lateral raise second, depending on your weight. Then we've got a deadlift to upright row. Now, I know you're all super strong. You can deadlift a lot heavier than you can upright row, but even if you have all the weights in the world at your apartment right now and your home's jealous, but even if you have all the weights in the world, you are limited by your upright row. Okay, so shoulders down and back, just like we did with the mini bands. Legs hip width apart, abs tight. The weights are literally sliding down my pant leg as my butt goes behind me. My weights go right down past my knees. I come up for that deadlift, and then I go right into that upright row. So hips back, back straight, stand, upright row. I'm gonna do it from the front here. Hips back, back straight, stand, upright row, okay? Then we've got an alternating lateral lunge to bicep curl. Here's the deal, same thing. You might need a lighter set of weights with a lateral lunge. Make sure that when you get here, okay, your hip goes back behind you and these weights aren't pulling you down. Okay, so with a lateral lunge, hip back, my back is still perfectly straight. So I lateral lunge, I stand, I bicep curl. I lateral lunge, I stand, I bicep curl. Guys, if you do feel like the weights are pulling you down, what I want you to do is one weight at a time. So I would step with my right into that lunge, stand, bicep curl. After I do 10 on that side, I go in to the other side. So options, right? If lateral lunges do not work for your body, I want you instead to do a squat to a bicep curl. That's fine, okay? Then we've got a neutral full thruster, everyone's favorite thing to hate, maybe second to burpees. Legs are hip width apart, abs tight, squat down to parallel, explode, and punch those weights up overhead, all right? We've got 10 reps of everything, so it's real easy to remember. The only thing that isn't 10 reps, your basic crunch here. For your basic crunch, we're doubling the reps up to 20. Same thing as our last block, guys. I'm gonna spend the beginning watching you, screen sharing you, making sure everyone has effective form. Once I feel like you've got it down, I will jump in to join you. So right now, grab your weights, tune that music up, blast it, do what you gotta do to feel motivated. We've got 8 minutes on the clock. We start in 3, 2, 1, begin. Right here with that alternating reverse lunge to lateral raise. Ten total, which means you're either doing 5 per side or you are alternating. Good. Katie, sideways raise instead of front. Yeah, so you lunge back and then out to the side. Yep, beautiful. Nice and strong. Make sure you're squeezing your abs. That'll help you stay stable. Good. If those weights are really light, like you guys are just using soup cans or something you found around the house, what I want you to do is add a bit of tempo to it. Take it 3 counts up, 3 counts down. That'll make it feel harder without having to have a heavier set of weights. Good, then you've got that deadlift to upright row. Most important thing, shoulders down and back, abs tight. Good. Katie, that form looks awesome. Oh, there's 2, Katie. Oh, man, I thought we got out of that. It's not 7:15 in the morning. It's not 10. All right, Katie S., great form on those deadlifts. Woo! Good. Kristen, roll your shoulders down and back at the top right here. Now keep them there. Press your weights, like your knuckles, into your pant leg as you go down. Good. Stop right there. Come up. Shoulders still tight. Abs tight. Squeeze. Yes. Perfect form. Beautiful. Good, good, good. So that those shoulders are super tight, almost more uncomfortable than your legs. There's no gap between your weights and your pants, so your low back should not be hurting. Excellent. Good job. Good. Emily, same with you. Let's keep those weights a little closer to your quads on the way down. So that part looks great on the way down. Really kiss your thighs down. Yes. Beautiful. Hips back and then follow through. Squeeze, crack the walnut at the top. Excellent. Good. Guys, remember those options for those lateral lunge to bicep curls. Those of you working out with each other, spy on your neighbor's knees. Make sure the knee is not going over the toe in the lateral lunge. So quick eye on me for the lateral lunge. A lot of time you come forward like this. That's a big no-no. Take your time. I need to come out, then butt back and up. Nice and slow and controlled. Abs are tight. A lot of this has to do with hip mobility, and it doesn't have to do with your actual butt strength. All right? Good. Hang in there. Excellent. Abs tight, glutes tight. Good job. Form first always. It's going to be different for everyone. Good. Katie, switch the weight. So put your weight in your opposite hand when you're lunging the direction you just lunged in. Good. Excellent. Yep. There we go. That way that weight doesn't get in the way. Good. Remember, change it to a squat if you prefer. Good. With those thrusters, use momentum. Even if your weights are lighter than usual, this is not a squat to a press. So it's not a squat to a press. You want those weights to come up with you like a volcano. Good. Excellent, guys. Remember, at any point, if you have questions, you can always use the chat feature. I will answer you accordingly. You are finally moving on to those 20 reps of your crunches. Now, if you're feeling real tired, if your heart rate's real high, which they sometimes are, then definitely slow that crunch down. Make it your active recovery. Excellent. Larry, see if you can get a half an inch lower next time you go to do those. You don't have to do more now, just next time. Good. There we go, Emily. Nice work. After those 20 crunches, guys, round 2, make some decisions. Can I go heavier? Do I need to go lighter? Can I maybe do the exact same but take less rest in between your exercises, right? Maybe you don't need to go heavier or lighter. Maybe you just need to move a little more briskly from exercise to exercise here. You choose what you need to get the best workout in. Again, those of you that may have lighter than normal weights, play around with tempo. Go slower. Good. All right, we look like we have great form, so I'm going to hop in and join you. We got just about 3 minutes left here. Good, following through with all these exercises at your own pace. If anybody totally forgets what you're supposed to do, use the chat feature, let me know. Good, guys. Breathe, grab that water when you need. Good, 2 minutes left. 10 of everything, except for that upright row. Good, Kristen, that looks nice. "90 seconds. 10 alternating lunges to lateral raises, 10 deadlifts to upright rows, 10 alternating lateral lunges to bicep curls, and finally, 10 neutral full thrusters." Good, you've got 1 minute left. Keep working as I cue up that next block. Almost there, guys. That next block is a cardio block, so now is the time for you to get that strength, to push your limits. Good, 30 seconds. If you want a challenge, do those thrusters for the final 30 seconds here. Thrusters for the final 30 seconds if you want that challenge. Little extra cardio burst before our cardio burst, if you will. You got it. Final 15. Excellent. There we go, guys. In 3, 2, 1, rest. Everyone breathe, drop those weights, grab water. We've got a cardio block next here, guys. This is your final block, but it is a long one and it is a hard one. Here's the deal. It is basically an endurance treadmill block, if you will. All right, that's the thing I'm gonna call it, an endurance treadmill block. So here is what we're doing. We are going to have a descending clock for 4 different exercises. So 4 exercises. Round 1 will be a minute of each. Round 2, 45 seconds of each. Round 3, 30 seconds of each. And round 4, 15 seconds of each. Here's the challenge, and it is a challenge. There's no rest between rounds, ladies and gentlemen. So you do a minute of everything, right into 45, right into 30, right into 15. There is no active recovery in between. That's why I call it endurance. If this was a power block, I'd be asking you to go as hard as you can, get as many reps as you can, and earn that recovery. Because this is an endurance block, you're not getting recovery for 10 minutes, which means you need to be creative about sneaking in ways to lower that heart rate when you can. Your goal is to stay moving as long as possible. Now, there's about a 97% chance we're gonna need to take breaks, and that's fine. But that doesn't mean we pretend we go into it planning for that, right? We go into it knowing the goal of the block, which is to stay moving and being smart using our brains to treat our bodies, okay? So eyes on me, I'm gonna demo the exercises. And when I demo the exercises, I'm also gonna demo ways to make them more active recovery, right? In case you need to go to base pace to avoid that full rest, okay? So eyes on me. Whew, I'm gonna trip over and break my ankle. Okay, so first exercise, jump squats. Up and down, jumping all the way up. Now, pretty easy active recovery option would be to turn this into a regular squat if you're feeling toast, okay? Then you've got that pop jack. Shoulders over your wrists. I'm in a high plank, my abs are tight. I'm gonna jump my feet outside my hand, land in that squat, pause, jump right back. Now, if you're at the pop squat and you realize you're just kaput, a good option is just hold a high plank, do nothing else, or step, step, hold, step, step, hold. Okay, so 2 options to take that down a notch in order to stay moving through this endurance block. Then we've got a plank shoulder tap. Couple options here. You're in a high plank, tapping your shoulders. Your goal is no TP, no hip wiggling. If you have a bench or a chair or something nearby, like so, you could always take it here, which will relieve some pressure, or you could always bring it down to your knees, or you could just hold a high plank. So again, a ton of options for our goal being to stay moving. And then finally, we've got that double crunch. We extend our fingers and our toes, we crunch all the way up. An option here, limit that range of motion, or even turn it into just a regular crunch. So this is a unique block tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I want endurance more so than power, okay? 10 minutes on the clock. I'm gonna share the screen to begin. And I'm gonna move you, let's see. All right. There we go. All right, guys. Getting this in here. Grab that water. Cue up your music. Do what you gotta do. We are gonna begin in, all right, jump squats first, guys. In a 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump squats right here, guys, jump squats. Remember, all about endurance. So the goal is to stay moving. One minute, so this is our longest time working. Only you know how you feel tonight, how you slept last night, what you did today. Halfway. At any point, take it to normal squats if you get tired. Remember, you have those pop jacks after. Keep working. Seven seconds, we go into those pop squats in 4, 3, 2, 1. Pop squats, guys. High plank, abs tight. Jump your feet to either side, hold that plank. Jump right back in. Good. Again, if you're tired, the goal is to stay moving. So hold that plank, hold that low squat, step in, step out, but stay moving. You got this. Good. If you're stepping in and stepping out, I really want you to slow it down so that this becomes more of a strength movement. So make sure you're holding that plank at the back. Don't just rush forwards and backwards. That's not what it is. Emily, great option here. Maybe you feel you don't need a ton of cardio tonight. That's okay. We're still going to work. We're still going to become better. Good. Zoe, nice job using that couch for your pop jacks. That'll also take any pressure off your back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going down into that plank shoulder tap in 3, in 2, in 1. Plank shoulder tap. Again, remember, an option would be to take it to your knees, to use an elevated surface, or to simply hold a regular plank if you're feeling fatigued. Now, the good thing about this block, ladies and gentlemen, is they start with the longest round. Sometimes we're mean and we start with a short round. Now, this block, it's going to feel easier and easier as the block gets through because we're taking time off. So when you normally would be getting really tired, you'll be done. How fun is that? Remember, switch to an option at any point. The goal is to stay moving, even if you're moving with less intensity than normal. Good, guys. Keep going here. You got just about 20 seconds. Good. Plank shoulder taps or holding that regular plank if that's more helpful for you. Going into that double crunch in 3, 2, 1. Right here, double crunch. Excellent. Now, this is where you really breathe. You really get an active recovery here. Good. Up next, we're shortening the length of everything. Shortening the length of everything, okay? We will be taking it to 45 seconds. Really work on breathing here. Inhale up, exhale back. Take it to a regular crunch if you need. But we're gonna go right back to work together in 15 seconds with those jump squats. Breathe. All right, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jump squats right here. Remember, option would be regular squats if you need. Trying to stay moving. Good. Hips nice and low to the ground with those squats. Parallel. Abs tight. Play with the tempo. You don't need to go super fast if you don't want to tonight. Good, Emily, throwing in some pulsing squats. I love it. You're halfway through before we go to those pop jacks. Play with your breath. Inhale, exhale. Good. It's a great idea. You could always do 10 pulsing squats, 10 jump squats, or 10 regular squats, 10 jump squats. Alternate. Remember, the goal is to stay moving. So instead of stopping, instead of quitting, you adapt. You try something new. Excellent. We're going into those pop jacks together in 3, 2, 1. Pop jacks right here, guys. 45 seconds. Good. Make sure you come all the way up into that squat at the top of the pop jacks. Do not hunch over. So at the top of the pop jacks, I want you to be in that full squat, looking up like you're smiling for the camera. Okay? Take a look down at your feet as you jump in. Make sure you're not on your tippy toes. You're going to have to jump wide outside those hands. Feet are flat, abs are tight. Good, Jordan, really nice. Pause in that squat to make it a little more strength oriented. Otherwise, go as quickly as you can handle to make it a little more cardio oriented. On my cue, we're gonna drop for those plank shoulder taps, 45 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Plank shoulder taps right here. Remember those options if you need them. Anything you can do to stay moving. Halfway. Double crunch is coming up next. Double crunch in 4, 3, 2, 1. Right here, double crunch. Crunch into that little ball, extend. You can always leave your head, neck, and shoulders extended for an additional challenge. Otherwise, release your head, neck, and shoulders. Release your legs down to the mat in between each rep. Remember, option, limit the range of motion, bend knees, or take it to a regular crunch. Up and down. Neck should be looking where your wall meets the ceiling. Excellent. 15 seconds, we're back to the top with those jump squats. 15 seconds, we're back to the top with those jump squats. Good job. Back to those jump squats, 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Right back up here, guys. Now, here's the deal. This is your second to last round. So by no means should you be cheating yourself, but I want the all out at the end, your last round of 15 seconds each, to be the best. So here's the deal, right? We're on the treadmill. Treadmill number 1 is my favorite. This is an endurance block. We are in the middle of a 2-minute push right now. But to follow, you're going to have a 1-minute all out. If you think this 2-minute push is going to affect your 1-minute all out, I need you to tailor it back. Pop jacks right now. Pop jacks right now. Drop to the ground. Pop jacks. You got this. So again, if you think this 2-minute push is going to affect your 1-minute all out to follow, I need you to do what you can. Decrease your speed, stay at or above your base so that when we get to that all out, that 15-second round, we are getting after it. Good. 5 seconds, you go to those plank shoulder taps. In 3, 2, 1, plank shoulder taps right here, ladies and gentlemen. You got this. Awesome, awesome. Abs tight, you have less than a minute until that 1-minute all out. Less than a minute. Set goals for yourself. Decide what you want this to look like tonight. You will not get this time back. There is no redo. Go into that double crunch in 3, 2, 1. Double crunch right here. 30 seconds away from that all out. Start to get your head in the game. Think of something that makes you happy, sad, angry, mad, whatever it's going to be, so that we can go into this all out, this 15-second round together. Good. Back to those jump squats, back to our all out on my cue. All out jump squats in 3, 2, 1. Right here, guys, final minute of work tonight. All out your way. Make sure you can't add another 0.1. On my cue, we jump for those pop jacks. 3, 2, 1, pop jacks right here. 45 seconds left. If you've got it, add that 0.1. We're taking it to that plank next. 3, 2, 1. Plank shoulder taps. Less than 30. Breathe. 3, 2, 1, flip it. Double crunch. Let's go. Final 15 seconds of this all out. Stretch longer, straighter. We breathe in 3, 2, 1. Rest. Everyone breathe. Everyone recover. Excellent job, guys. Nice way working your way through that mock endurance block, if you will. We are going to finish with some flexibility if you have the time. If you need to run, by all means do so. Otherwise, let's have 90-degree angle in the front, 90-degree angle in the back for that L sit. This might be enough for you. Otherwise, crawl forward over that leg. You can even twist towards that side, but try to keep this hip as flat as you can. And breathe. Nice work tonight, guys. Good. Keeping your legs like this. Just put your hands behind you, and we're just going to windmill over to the other side. So just a little windmill, opening up those hips nice and smoothly. before we switch sides entirely. So now I have my left leg forward, my right leg back, 90-degree angles in both, and I lean forward over that hip. Guys, by all means, take as long as you need with the stretch. Most important part of the workout, especially if you find yourself with a little more time than normal in quarantine. If you're working out a little more frequently, even if the frequency is up, not the intensity, make sure you take care of your body. Again, going into those windmills when you're ready. We'll give those shoulders a little bit of love. One arm down and back. Opening up your chest, but also stretching that tricep. You can have your legs together if you want, which will simultaneously open up those hips at the same time. Switching when you're ready. Good breathing. Big deep breath. We'll crunch over to one side. Inhale, exhale, over to the other side. Guys, let's finish with a nice down dog, but I want you to really focus equally on your shoulders and your hamstrings. So in that down dog position, I want you to roll those shoulders down and away like we did with those mini bands. Really feel your upper back opening just as much as you're feeling those hamstrings open. You can bend your knees to belly, and then keep press out a little bit further. So bend your knees to belly, press down with your heels, hips to the sky. Excellent job, guys. By all means, if you have more time to stretch, please do so. Otherwise, welcome to my home. I am teaching again Wednesday night at 5, Thursday night at 5:30. You can catch what's tomorrow, Tuesday, Jenny tomorrow morning at 9, or Jenny KG tomorrow night at 5:30. Thanks for coming, everyone.